Hello amigos! Welcome to the second episode of this, your YouTube novela, Us the Performers. Today we will answer a question that we received from the previous episode asking about specifically what are load tests, which are a subfamily of the performance tests. But before we begin, I want to thank you all for watching us, and please don't forget to invite your amigos, subscribe, hit the like button, activate the little bell icon, and leave any comment or questions here below. And well, with nothing else to add for now, let's get going with this episode. Hello amigos! Today we're gonna talk about and define about what is a load test. As always, I want to give you a recommendation or an alert. You should never ever start your performance assurance efforts with load testing. There are many other steps that you must do before you even try to do load tests. Please don't do it. After these recommendations, let's get into it. Load tests are part of the performance testing family, an element. They are validators of the performance triad that we talked in previous episodes, the response speed and the impact on the metrics under interactions of multiple users or systems within systems with the environment or system that we are testing, multiple users interacting with our system. Before entering into more details of load tests, we will define or try to get into what would be the reason for us to do load tests. We do a load test, not a performance test. Please be sure to make the distinction. We do a load test when our application is going to be accessed by a considerable amount of users at the same time. As you noted, I said considerable with a lot of emphasis because I meant that it's a big or huge or a humongous amount of users, a damn amount of users. Generally, and this is my personal opinion, is that this huge number of users should be more than 50 concurrent people working at the same time. Again, I did emphasis on concurrent because concurrent means that we need the users that use it at the same time to be more than 50 and 100. Not the registered users, not the one that access at a day, the users that are active at a single moment in time. When that number is less than 50, maybe it is worth doing other types of performance tests. Not load tests. Not only that, it will be a little bit like a waste when the number is so low. Okay, so now finally, what types of performance of load tests are there? There are two options to simulate a huge amount of activity in our system. One of it is to bring lots of people, and the other is to do advanced simulations called automations on our system. Many of you must be scratching your teeth right now as I suggested to do manual load testing, manually generate those loads. But if the number of users is less than 50, as I mentioned earlier, it can be cheaper than automating to just do it manually or send it to remote teams, or taking advantage of UAT, user acceptance testing, manual functional testing, start measuring it while all the people is doing, or blue-green releases. There are multiple ways. The other way for load tests is to automate. That is to create programmatic routines that will simulate the activity on the system. This is because at a given point, it is, with the previous recommendation of manual, it's very difficult to finance or manage large amounts of people doing the same thing at a given point. So these types of activities in the system, manual or simulated, can be various types. The load tests we have multiple mixes. There is a general load tests, peak tests, stress, and many others that are part of the load testing family, but we will describe on other episodes because each one of them is a little universe. The point of all of these efforts that we'll be doing is to measure the reaction of the system while all this activity is generated. Meaning what? To be able first to simulate or manually or automated huge amounts of activity, and at the same time to measure what happens on the system or how does the system respond, or even if it survives all that activity. Okay? Okay, amigos. To close, those are load tests. That's the definition of load tests. To generate high volumes of activity in your system to measure how does it react or if it will survive, as I said earlier. Okay, for now, we will leave the episode here. But in future episodes, we will be explaining more details, more elements, and getting into more fun stuff. For now, I want to thank you for being here. I want to tell you to take care. And until next time, thank you very much and adios, amigos.